So if you're starting out as an angel investor, there's really 5 messages I'd like to share with you today. So first of all, message number 1 is you need good business judgment. Now in my case, I got my economics degree as an undergraduate at Harvard, I got an MBA at Wharton, and then by the time I started investing, which was 5 or 6 years ago, I'd been working for about 27 years. Now, I've done that in a variety of industries, a variety of countries, at different levels of the organization, from the front line all the way to the CEO. And I say that only because it gave me a general rounding in business. I'm certainly not a venture capital specialist or a private equity specialist, but I don't actually think that's what's essential. I think as an angel investor, what you need to have is good business judgment in terms of people and plans, recognizing what's bullshit from what might actually work. So that's message 1. Message 2 is understand, why are you investing? Now it'll be different for each of us. In my particular case, when I started 5 or 6 years ago, I had been looking ahead to my mid-50s and I was thinking, I want to semi-retire, work part-time, have a child, travel a lot less than I was doing. And so I was making my first investment with a view to learn, make a second, make a third, to build a small portfolio. And you can see the logos of the 7 different companies and funds I'm invested in now, my portfolio. So that was the first reason for me. The second reason I had was really I could help other people. Now, a lot of the entrepreneurs I back are younger, not all, but many are. And so I can provide them with some business judgment, some advice and perspective, and I do that informally. I also do it formally in a chairman role at one company, on board roles at 2 others. And I can also provide capital, and particularly in the Philippines, where the capital provision for startups and small companies is woefully inadequate. So I have a useful role there. So message number 2 is, why are you investing? Understand that. Message 3 is, back someone that you trust. What you should not be doing is going out and looking at 100 different pitches and spending all the time analyzing, as PE firms and venture capitalists do. You're an angel investor, you don't have those kind of resources. Instead, look at your own network, look at your friends, look at the people you're currently colleagues with. You'll be surprised how many of them are thinking about or actually involved in startup businesses. And look at those people and ask yourself, who has the same values as me? Who do I trust? Who is very determined? And who do I think is adaptable and resilient? And then back them. That's exactly what I did when I started out 5 or 6 years ago. I backed a colleague and a friend of more than 10 years. I'm very glad I did that. Also, think about what the amount of the investment is. I started out at $100,000, but it's quite possible to start out with something as small as $25,000. So message 3, back someone you trust. Message 4 is, there needs to be a clear, simple story. Now, with hindsight, I look at SoftBank and WeWork, and I think it was Serono, the blood testing company, and look at the hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars thrown into those companies and the valuations, which at the time made absolutely no sense to me. But I thought maybe people out there investing understand something I do not. Now, it is somewhat reassuring in hindsight to see that actually it was all a house of cards, right? These investment scenarios were ridiculous. They were not supported by the fact, or in some cases, not even supported by the truth. So if you cannot get a clear, simple story about why is the startup there, what does it hope to achieve, why it would beat competitors, why customers would come to it, you can't express that in a few sentences to your friends, I'd suspect you don't want to be investing in that. 4th message. The 5th and final message is, don't invest money unless you can afford to lose it. Now, I was fortunate in my, certainly the latter stage of my career when I was a senior partner at Partners in Performance, was that the money I made was enough to pay the water bill, the electricity bill, put food on the tables, take holidays, put some money aside for my son's education. But you should only be investing money that you can afford to lose. Now, hopefully you make a very good return, above average return. But don't make the mistake that addicted gamblers do, which is go into the casino and don't have a clear idea about what you can afford to lose and end up bankrupting yourself. So final message 5, only invest what you can afford to lose. I hope this has been helpful. I will post next week my 6-point investing checklist.